My husband and I will be celebrating our 43rd wedding anniversary, and we have a lot of fun together. We still laugh together and try to do things together. We share our life. My name is Brenda Hegarty, and I am 74 years old. We've been on Cape Cod since 1976, and we love it. We always have big family parties, 85 people, 90 people, and I like to garden, I like to read, I like to do puzzles, I like to sew. Other than that, we just have a busy life and hope to be able to keep it that way. In June 2013, it was when I had an annual physical, and my doctor determined that I did have leukemia. I went home, and Jim was waiting for me, and he took one look at me and said, "Okay, why don't you sit down and tell me what's going on?"
I felt there was going to be some bad news, but I never imagined it would be cancer. And she did what she usually does and kind of took a deep breath and said, we'll just have to take this on, which we have done our whole married life. And we're a unit, we're a team. I know some of those words are overused, but we certainly are. We're one. And so we made that determination at that day at the kitchen table.
My doctor got me an appointment at the Dana 2 days later, and that's when we found out about the lethal P17 deletion. It is a chromosome deletion in your DNA, and that in actuality there was no cure for it as yet. We got onto the treatment right away, and by the following December I was doing quite well on the first treatment, and then in March the cancer was coming back. It seems so long ago. It's bringing back memories of, it was a very difficult time. And you try to stay positive, and yet I was sicker and sicker. You try to trust people, and you can't. It's such a private issue, and you're with all these strangers, and you think, well, how do they know what's best for me? We just decided to trust the doctors. In order for me to get through this, I always did exactly as Dr. Davids told me to do.
So Brenda's a very courageous patient. She's not someone who is content to just deal with sort of the standard therapies. I think she and her husband Jim were very smart to come here because they knew that she had a very high-risk form of CLL, and we were lucky that we were able to get her on a trial of an experimental drug at the time called ABT-199, which is now called venetoclax. It's inducing very deep remissions even in patients with the highest risk form of CLL, and based on that, the drug was FDA approved just in April.
I don't think the drug company thought I was much of a candidate, but Dr. Davids assured them that it was the right thing for both of us. Then you just decide you're going to make it work. That's it. You don't have another choice. There wasn't another medication. I was on the trial for nearly a year, and then all of a sudden I really started to feel better, and it was just I was alive again.
I think it takes a lot of courage to go on a clinical trial. This drug proved to be extremely effective for Brenda, put her disease into a complete remission, and it's been a durable complete remission. She's coming up on 2 years on the trial this fall.
I will forever be grateful to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. When you get used to going there, it's like tucking yourself inside of an envelope of care.
Her love of life, her strength and her willingness to do whatever is necessary. That's her modus operandi anyway. She wouldn't stay down long. It's just not her personality.
I never went to the Dana-Farber without Jim. Saw me through the day. He did it for how many months? A long time, almost a year. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I needed someone to help me through those times. I needed someone to get me there and to bring me home. And I don't mean that as just physically. There were times that I didn't feel as though I could do all the things I would want to do. He was always there for me, helping me. We always just did things together like that. We just try to enjoy each day and still look to have a future.